Hey there, it's James Sides here, and in this video I'm going to quickly show you how you can create beautiful Facebook ads just like the one you see on the screen right now in under 60 seconds with zero design skill and zero outside software. Yes, that means no more complicated GIMP or no more complicated Photoshop. If you're like me, design may not be your strong point, and so ads can be a little bit tricky. Either you're outsourcing them, which costs a lot of money, and it also slows the process down as you're waiting to get the ads back from your designer, or you're actually going in there and trying to make them yourself, which can take anywhere from 20 minutes if you're good with Photoshop to an hour or more if you're bad with Photoshop like me. So here's how Springly works. Obviously you see the ad right now. Let's start from scratch. So first thing you do is you put in your name of your t-shirt campaign. So for example, if you have teespring.com/Seahawks, you can just type Seahawks. Go ahead and load the campaign up. That's going to go over to Teespring and pull back the shirts. The wonderful thing is it pulls the shirts back without all that white background. That's one of the biggest problems with using Photoshop to design your ads, is having to get all that white background out of there. So there's 17 professionally designed templates with the software. You can also create your own, which I'm going to show you how to do in just a moment. First thing we're going to do is just choose a template. So I'm going to choose the first one. It's my favorite. I'm going to go back over to the shirts. I'm going to insert my shirts into the ad. So I select T number 1. I'm going to put a t-shirt in there. Notice there's no white space. T number 2, I want to use a hoodie. And T number 3, I'm going to use another t-shirt. Next, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of glow to my shirt so that they stand out more. So I'm going to go over to the glow button. I'm going to click Show Glow. On t-shirt number 1, I'm going to make it a 12. And I'm going to choose a bright green because it goes with what's already on the shirt. Next, I'm going to choose T number 2, also going to make it a 12. We can go with a different color if we wanted to, like a blue, but I'm actually going to go with a green. And then finally, T number 3, which is this one here in the center, we're going to show the glow and also going to go with green. Now again, I can change that to any color I want depending on the ad, depending on the shirt and all that kind of stuff. For example, there's pink, which is my daughter's favorite. Let's go ahead and leave it like that for now. I'm going to go over to the backgrounds. I really like the background that I'm using, but I want to show you the versatility of Springly. So we have around 40 or 50 backgrounds built into the software that we can choose from. Or you can upload your own backgrounds. Now you see here there's a whole lot of backgrounds in here that I've uploaded, and once you've uploaded them to the software, they're saved for future use. So for example, we can just go in here and use any of these we like. I'm going to go with this one here. And next up, we're going to go with the border. Now, red borders work really well. If you know anything about Facebook ads, that's been common knowledge now for a few years. But with this ad having such a bright background, I'm going to actually change this to a pink or a purpley border. And again, we can change the width as much or as little as we want to here. I'm going to make it a 12. And the price tag, there's several price tags built in, but you can also upload your own. For this example, I'm going to use a green price tag, $19.95, since I've got some t-shirts on there that will work for that. Badges, I'm going to change the badge. I don't like this badge with that particular color, so I'm going to choose a different badge that stands out a little bit more, like this one here. And next up, I'm going to change the button. I want to throw some scarcity in there, so I'm going to do 24 hours, or actually let's go with buy now, selling fast. Now I could also add text to the ad if I choose to, but I'm not going to in this example. What I am going to do is show you that you can click anything inside the ad and move it around. So for example, I can move this wherever, same thing with the badges and the shirts. I can also scale them up if I want to make them bigger, or scale them down if I want to make them smaller. And I can also rotate them with this little button over here. Okay. One thing I always had a tough time with when I was building my ads was getting stuff perfectly centered. So once you get this, where you want it, you can hit the horizontal center to center it horizontally, or you can hit the vertical if you want to center it vertically. You can also resize the badges and buttons and all that good stuff. So we're going to make that a little smaller. Make this one just a little bit smaller. And now I'm done. Now if I love this template and I want to use this for other shirts in the future, I can click the Save button. And you can see it actually saves it to my templates. So I have the library of built-in templates. I also have the library of my own templates that I have created. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to export this ad. I'm going to export it as a JPEG for now. We're just going to call this Facebook demo ad.jpg. And now I can go to my downloads. I can open it up, and you can see that it is the proper size to import directly into Facebook. So if I hadn't been explaining that, I could have done that in probably 30 seconds, but definitely less than 60 seconds. So that is how Springly works. Again, it's got an amazing amount of built-in graphics that you can use, or you can always upload your own. And you can even get creative with Springly and make ads for things other than t-shirts. So for example, if you have your own products you're promoting, or perhaps you're promoting other products as an affiliate, yes, you can promote those using ads that you built with Springly. You would simply select something, let's go over to the templates, select a simple template like this, and then you can go into the library. Oops. First thing we want to do is go to shirts, and instead of uploading a shirt, we're going to upload a different image. So for example, I'm going to build an ad real quick for my buddy Seth. This is the image that we have. It's got a little bit of white space in it, but that's not got anything to do with Springly. That is simply the image that was given to me to use with the software, or to use for this ad. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to select T number 1 because it's the only one that's showing, and we're going to upload a picture of Seth. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create our own button. Let's get rid of this. We can use the button if we want to, but I want to actually create a button. So I'm going to use one of these blank buttons that I uploaded, and I want to make it really big, and I'll show you why in just a second. Let's make it really big like that. Put it down near the bottom. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my text. I'm going to change this to download free today only. Okay. And I'm going to move the text down here. I'm going to make it bigger. So let's make this really big, like say 60. You can see now what I've done is I've basically created like a little banner down there. For the price tag, I'm actually going to hide it. And for the badge, I'm going to use an image that Seth sent to me from one of his products. This was not a free product, by the way. I'm just making an ad. And the reason it's got the white background is because that's the image that was uploaded. When you're uploading your own artwork, you have to take the white out. Okay? And so now we've basically got a pretty neat little ad that we created in, like 30 seconds. Of course, we can make it a little bit nicer, add some stuff to it to spice it up. We could even go over to the backgrounds, and maybe we don't want to use a template or one of these pre-built backgrounds. Maybe we want to use something like solid color, like white. We can do that. There we have an ad. Or we could go with a gradient where we go from one color to another. So for example, maybe we want to go from red to green. Now we've got this really ad that stands out on Facebook with all the other blah ads out there. So we could do something like that. And the more you play with it, the more you're going to figure out, the more you're going to be able to do with the software. But keep in mind, the main goal of Springly is to build beautiful ads for your t-shirt campaigns at around 30 to 60 seconds. So if you're doing anything with t-shirts or anything with Teespring right now, make sure you go ahead and click one of the add cart buttons below this video to get started.